New t-shirt just came in. Oh, my chair's a little bit low. New t-shirt just came in. Been working on my Teespring page, guys. Fast and luxurious. You know, it's a play on Fast and the Furious, if you didn't know. You guys can save 10% with the promo code NOVE to remember. But let's get into today's news, where Lexus is crushing it in China. Awesome to see, and that's why, you know, they're coming out with an EV there. Honda thinks EVs are never going to be mainstream, at least not anytime soon, which is kind of interesting. And then Subaru is also crushing it here in the States. I'll see you guys on the other side, and let's get into it. Over at Lexus Enthusiast, they're quoting an article from Automotive News right here, and this is about Lexus crushing it in China. The brand recorded an 11% boost for the month with over 16,000 sales. Hybrids are accounted for 35% of the sales, up 3.3% compared to September. And with 2 months left to go in 2019, Lexus is up 22% for the year in China with roughly 161,000 sales so far. The region is the brand's second best-selling market outside the United States. This is absolutely crazy how fast China has grown, and Lexus is doing better and better there every single year. And this is why we are seeing Lexus unveiling their first ever electric vehicle in China. Emission standards are becoming increasingly more stringent, especially in China. They probably have the most aggressive emissions regulations out of the whole world. That's why we see 35% of the sales in hybrids for the month of October, and it keeps going up. So now that we're going to be having this fully electric vehicle, that is going to increase their overall electrification in China. And it's honestly a kind of a testing bed for them worldwide, because we know we're not going to be getting that electric vehicle here in the States. Europe is likely to see it, however. Over at Digital Trends, hold your horses, electric cars won't go mainstream. Honda says EVs will not be mainstream. Company boss Takahiro Hachigo bluntly told industry trade journal Automotive News. His comments echo the ones made earlier in 2019 by Klaus Froelich, BMW's chief engineer. Hachigo also cast doubts on autonomous tech. The hurdles to battery electric vehicles and complete autonomous driving are still quite high. Honda will focus on gasoline electric hybrid systems to reduce its fleet-wide emissions. The executive opined that regulations, not demand, is driving electric car sales. Then how do you explain the rapid growth of Tesla? Because those regulations here in the United States aren't very strict, and that is their biggest market. They're growing super fast here in the States. So this not demand thing is a bunch of baloney. He goes on to say, do not believe there will be a dramatic increase in demand for battery vehicles, and I believe this situation is true globally. That couldn't be further from the truth. I don't know what he's talking about, because every single auto manufacturer is producing more and more EVs. It is the future. It is true that there are issues with infrastructure and hardware, meaning the batteries aren't big enough and the technology isn't. But that's the same thing with everything. Just because the combustion engine and the situation around the world is perfect, other than emissions, doesn't mean that electric cars can't take off in a less than perfect world, and they're going to have to. Here's what's strange. In Europe, Honda pledged to sell only electric and hybrid cars by 2022. So his statements seem incredibly hypocritical. The next gen Fit and the Jazz will be offered exclusively with a hybrid powertrain. So very curious from Honda. What do you guys think about them, or about the CEO not thinking that electric is going to be mainstream, which is very peculiar, because I think just about everyone thinks it'll be mainstream, whether it's going to be battery electric or hydrogen electric vehicles. Then we head over to the Subaru newsroom. Subaru of America reports record October sales. Best October for the Ascent, best month ever for the Crosstrek, 75 consecutive months of more than 10,000 Foresters sold, 68 consecutive months or more of more than 10,000 Outback sold. They're up 0.3% compared to October of 2018, and the company also reported year-to-date sales of 580,000 vehicles, a 4% gain compared to the same period in 2018. October marked the 68th consecutive month of 40,000 plus vehicle sales for the automaker, and Ascent sales were notably strong as the three-row SUV achieved its best October ever. Crosstrek achieved an increase of 10% over the same month a year ago and enjoyed a new all-time monthly sales record. With just 2 months remaining in the year, we are moving toward our 700,000 vehicle sales goal for 2019. Is it possible? It's definitely possible. I mean, there are 120,000 vehicles away at this point in time. That means they're going to have to sell 60,000 vehicles between November and December together. Anything's possible, but I really don't think it's going to happen. But it's good to have that goal. So what do you guys think? Do you think China will overtake the United States when it comes to Lexus sales? They have more people. They seem to have more money lately. It's definitely possible. Honda not getting on board with electrification. They are the largest engine maker in the world, gasoline internal combustion engine maker in the world. And so they probably don't want to move to that very soon, because that would kind of kill off their entire brand, at least their identity of the brand and the profitability of the brand. So they're going to be a very slow change. I think even slower than Toyota is going to be, and the likes of Lexus, over to electrification. And I think that is okay. We will see them really go fully electric or hybrid electric in Europe and in places like China first. Everywhere else, I think they're going to be one of the slowest ones to change over. Will that help or hurt them down the line? It's really hard to say because we don't know the future, but it sounds like they just want to stick with the past because it's always worked for them that way. But who knows? Who knows? And then last but not least, Subaru just crushing it, absolutely destroying it. Crosstrek doing well, which if you saw my review on that vehicle, I do not like the Crosstrek. It is a horrible driving machine. I drove a 2017 Subaru WRX, or Impreza WRX, yesterday. I really enjoyed that vehicle. I don't have a review on it, but take my word, it was quite enjoyable. It was a stock one. The STI I drove earlier on my channel, I have a review on that. It was not stock. I did not enjoy driving that car. It was too much for the streets. But a fully stock WRX is it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. But what's doing well for the company is the Ascent, the Crosstrek, the Forester, and the Outback, which is no surprise because they provide a lot of value for the money, and they're fairly reliable too. Thanks so much to my Patreon supporters. You guys rock. If you want to support the channel, head over there. And like I said, you get 15% off of the luxurious fleet, t-shirts, and garb. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until next time, peace out.